Where can I study abroad as part of my UF degree? Okay, but how will study abroad even benefit me? Okay, that sounds great and all, but how much is this all gonna cost? Hi, my name is Jason Ward, and I'm the Director of International Programs in the Hefner School of Business. If you have questions about study abroad, you are in luck, because Dr. Knight asked me to overview study abroad opportunities for all students enrolled in his Principles of Macroeconomics course. We hope that all of you become global gators before you graduate. So let's start that journey right now. So what are the benefits of studying abroad, and why do colleges and universities go to such great length to make these opportunities available for students? Research shows that there's 5 distinct benefits of having an international experience as part of your undergraduate education. The first benefit is personal growth. Students return to campus with a much heightened level of independence and self-confidence. The second benefit is professional development. Our students learn new skills and abilities while on exchange or while studying abroad that translates into resume and interview strength. The third benefit is global awareness. We're all going to be working in a multicultural environment in our future, and studying abroad gives us the skills to thrive in that environment. The fourth benefit is global networking. Our students who study abroad make connections all over the world, and those connections enrich our personal and professional lives. The last one is academic enhancement. Many students are studying a language, but they can get to fluency when they study abroad. It also provides courses in your major that may not be available at UF. Colleges and universities aim to increase the employability of their graduates, and they look to employers to determine the specific set of skills that are most valued or most desired in the marketplace. The National Association of Colleges and Employers recently developed the 8 competencies linked to career success. If you take a look at the 8 competencies, it's easy to see how study abroad might have an impact, particularly with global intercultural fluency. Study abroad is also linked to employment success through research. 97% of students who study abroad find employment within 6 months of their graduation date, and they tend to earn 25% higher starting salaries compared to students who have not studied abroad. They also get into their graduate school at a rate of 90%, which is much higher than those who don't have an international experience, and 84% feel that they've developed valuable skills for the job market through their international experience. So we know that the benefits of studying abroad enhance your employability. It might even lead to a higher starting salary. We know that studying abroad is lots of fun. You meet new people from all over the world, see new things, and try new foods. We also know that the college and university offers an amazing array of opportunities for you to gain international experience. So why don't more students study abroad? When I visit a class like this, about 95% of students raise their hand and say, "Jason, I want to have a study abroad experience before I graduate." Research shows us, however, that only 20% of those students will be successful in their intent. They might tell me, "Jason, I can't study abroad because I can't miss a Gator football game." They don't realize that Manchester, where we have one of our study abroad partners, hosts arguably the 2 most famous football teams in the world. And attending a game in Manchester, whether it's Manchester United or Manchester City, is just an amazing experience. They might tell me, "Jason, I can't afford to study abroad." They don't realize that many of our locations are less expensive than even staying here on campus. You can often eat a meal in Thailand, for example, for $1 or $2. How does that compare with a bowl from Chipotle? A lot of students will tell me, "Jason, I can't study abroad because I'm worried that I'm going to be alone. I don't know anybody going on the program." This is a photo from one of our students who studied in Thailand. She didn't know anybody going, but on the last day of her semester, she jumped in the pool, as is tradition at Chulalongkorn University, with over 100 of her new exchange friends who happen to be from all over the world. And lastly, the reason that goes unmentioned is safety. I think many students are under the assumption that other locations are just not as safe as Gainesville. They're worried maybe that they're going to be taken, as this is the image that we see in movies and in the news. The reality is that once students get abroad, they're traveling all over. They're going to wash elephants, or they're going to new countries and new cities. The mortality rate for students abroad is actually lower than it is here on campus, probably because most of our host destinations offer public transportation, which eliminates driving, probably the most likely way that you would be injured. Aside from the UF International Center, the College of Business operates the longest and oldest study abroad office at the University of Florida. We run programs in Europe, Asia, South America, and Australia that are open to all UF students. We developed our programs with UF students in mind, so it is quite common for us to host students from other colleges. In fact, each term, about 30% of participants come from colleges other than business. When students visit our office, they often have a location in mind, but it is equally important to consider what type of program you're participating in. So I thought I would take a few minutes to just go over what type of programs are available to you so you can find the best fit. All right, students, let's imagine that you could switch places with an international student somewhere else in the world for an entire semester. Exchange programs allow you to do just that. UF has university partnerships in Asia, Europe, South America, and Australia. These partnerships establish an exchange of students between our institutions. When a UF student studies abroad at a university partner school, one of their students gets to come to Gainesville and become a Gator for a semester. We partner with some of the highest ranked schools in the world. Bocconi University, which is in Milan, Italy, is one of our partner schools and also ranked as the 8th best business school in the entire world. How can you study in Italian, you might ask? Don't worry, all of our partners offer a healthy selection of courses in English. UF partner institutions are often located in large cities that offer a host of amenities and networking opportunities that Gainesville simply doesn't offer. We have a partner school in Taipei, Taiwan, for instance, which consistently ranks as the best city to live in the entire world. Exchange programs are the most immersive type of study abroad program that we offer because we can only send 1 or 2 students to each partner every academic term. When you study abroad on exchange, you will not be in an American bubble. You will study with local students and international students from all over the world. But the best part about studying on exchange is that these programs are affordable. You pay the same UF tuition when you study on exchange, so in many cases, the cost of studying abroad is less expensive or equivalent to studying right here in Gainesville. While immersion is a benefit for students, it can also pose some significant challenges. Exchange programs require students to demonstrate a high level of independence and responsibility. You will likely have to figure out class registration, find housing, and navigate foreign taught courses largely on your own. We have limited capacity in each of these programs, so it's very likely that you will be the only UF student on the program. This can be a benefit, but it can also be scary for a lot of students. Timing is another factor. Most American students want to study abroad in the summer, but summer school is very unusual outside of the United States. You can really only study on a foreign exchange program in the fall or spring semester, which may be too long for some students. While these universities offer valuable courses that UF does not offer, these programs can also be difficult for students who have a rigid course plan. There's a lot less predictability in course selection, and many courses offered at these institutions are not taught at UF. Exchange programs are perfect for students who really want a different experience. If you want to be truly immersed in a country, you have to do what the locals do. In this context, it also means that some of the courses you take on exchange will likely not fulfill a UF degree requirement. Exchange courses will differentiate you from other UF students and make you more employable, but these programs demand a higher degree of planning and flexibility. To make study abroad more accessible for our students, the Hebner School of Business created our own college programs in key global cities. These programs are offered every semester, including summer, when most American students prefer to study abroad. Each campus is centrally located and staffed with dedicated advisors who can help you with any issue you may have. You will live and study on a campus with other American students who are also studying abroad. This community makes being abroad less scary and makes it really easy to make friends. This model also allows us to accommodate larger groups, so you can study abroad with your friends. These hybrid programs allow students to complete courses for their business major or minor while completing language courses, cultural courses, or an internship. Many non-business students participate in Hebner programs because we offer internship placements in a variety of sectors and courses in journalism, political science, and economics, among others. Programs include student housing and cultural excursions, but internships are by far the most exciting feature. The insight and professional skills students develop in their international internship increases the value of their experience, enhances their employability. Students also appreciate the longer duration and flexible structure of these programs because it provides them with plenty of opportunities to travel with their friends. I mentioned that international internships are a core feature of our college programs. All of our study abroad programs offer an international internship, with the exception of our UF in Europe program. In Dublin, London, and Vietnam, the internship component is compulsory. In Madrid, Paris, and Rome, it is optional, and students must have intermediate language skills to qualify. I want to briefly mention two of our programs that are different from the others. 2 years ago, we created our first multi-country program. Students in the UF and Europe program study business, language, and culture in 3 separate locations: Limerick, Ireland, Paris, France, and Rome, Italy. If you're having trouble deciding on a location, this might be the right program for you. UF in Europe is only offered in the fall, so your tailgating that semester will look a little bit different. But honestly, I don't think you'll be thinking about Gator football when you're climbing to the top of St. Peter's Basilica and getting those magnificent views of Rome. This program allows you to live and study in 3 unique global cities in 1 UF semester, so there's plenty of excitement. Each location is paired with special classes and cultural excursions specific to that region. And don't worry, if you're a diehard Gator fan, you can always find an international cafe or pub to watch the game. UF in Vietnam is the other program that's slightly different from the others in that it's an internship program. We created this program to provide students with professional experience in a strategic location at an affordable cost. The program consists of a 1-week class prior to departure, covering various aspects of Vietnamese history and culture. When students arrive to Vietnam, they participate in a week of cultural excursions in and around the city. A highlight from last year was the floating market in the Mekong Delta. Lastly, students participate in an 8-week professional internship with a Vietnamese or multinational company. Vietnamese language is not required because everyone is paired with an English-speaking supervisor. Like all of our other internship programs, students are matched with a company and industry that reflects their professional interests. Internships are not paid, but this experience has helped past students get internships and full-time positions with top U.S. firms. Vietnam is poised to be one of the fastest growing economies over the next 35 years, so this is an exciting opportunity to be part of a country that's just starting to take off. But Jason, what about COVID-19? Yes, COVID-19 is a new reality for international travel. Our office is working with all of our partners to make the necessary accommodations and ensure our students can study abroad safely. We also use this opportunity to create our new global remote internship program. These programs allow students to get international work experience from the comfort of their own home. Our partners offer a variety of placements in industries across the globe. While we may be separated physically, we're more connected than ever. This summer, 43 of our students worked remotely for companies in China, Vietnam, Ireland, Spain, and the UK. This is a great backup plan when international travel is not possible, but it's also a good experience for students who want to gain that international work experience, but don't necessarily want to invest time and money in travel. So now that you're excited about study abroad, I hope, the next question is, when can you go? We offer programs every semester, so think about what semester is right for you. In general, I think students get more out of studying abroad in the fall or spring term, but you have to balance that with other priorities. Most UF students still choose to study abroad in a summer semester. You must have a UF GPA to study abroad, so you can apply for a study abroad program as early as your 2nd semester at UF and study abroad as early as your 3rd semester at UF. Here's my one piece of advice. Many students who want to study abroad think it is better for them to do it as a junior or senior student, but actually the opposite is true. As you progress in your degree, courses involvement and internships become more important. Study abroad is an invasive experience, so it becomes harder to plan as you get older. In your sophomore year, you have a lot more flexibility, and thus you have a lot more options for study abroad. If you study abroad or intern abroad early on in your college career, you can also then use that experience to get future internships and leadership positions throughout your remaining time in college. I recommend that students first understand the cost of being a student at the University of Florida so they can do an accurate comparison and complete a cost-benefit analysis. The average UF student spends nearly $11,000 in a semester at UF when you consider tuition, housing, food, cell phone, books, etc. Our UF in Madrid program would be an investment of around $7,000. Madrid is a much bigger city after all. You must consider this extra cost along with the benefits you would gain from participating in the program. Perfecting your Spanish, completing an internship with a Spanish company, and having greater networking opportunities might result in more professional opportunities for you after graduation. As we discussed, you can also see that exchange programs are relatively the same cost as studying in Gainesville. Studying in Manchester is only slightly more expensive, and studying in Thailand is actually less expensive than studying in Gainesville. You must consider cost when selecting your study abroad program, but it is just one factor that will determine which program is right for you. So keep in mind that a student's financial aid package can almost always apply to study abroad program fees. Students can use their Bright Futures and prepaid while studying abroad. Most grant money, including the Pell Grant, can also be used. Students on a Pell Grant can also apply for the Gilman Scholarship, which awards up to $5,000 for students on a study abroad program. Many colleges at UF, including the Hebner School of Business, offer study abroad scholarships each semester. The UF International Center also offers several study abroad scholarships students can apply for. Academic scholarships can also be used to cover costs associated with study abroad. There are financial resources out there, so take the time to research your options and apply early. Did I mention that study abroad is an invasive experience? It is. It impacts your academic planning, your housing, your involvement, literally all aspects of life. It's not easy, but it's completely worth it. Keep in mind that it takes time to research, plan, and apply for a study abroad program. You can apply a semester ahead, but it's much better to apply about a year in advance. You don't want to sign a year-long lease for housing only to realize that you want to study abroad that coming spring. Planning early also ensures that study abroad fits into your academic plan. I invite all of you to visit our office in the next 6 months to discuss your goals and start exploring what study abroad programs might be most beneficial for you. We are seeing students virtually right now and starting to plan for summer. You can reach us by calling 352-273-0151 or by emailing international.business@warrington.ufl.edu. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you, Dr. Knight, for hosting international programs every semester. I hope you felt inspired or learned something new, and I thought I would leave you with one final quote. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's an amazing world out there. Go Gators, go global.
J'ai très très peur, ça c'est certain. J'ai très très peur, mais beaucoup moins. J'ai très très peur, ça c'est certain. J'ai très très peur, mais beaucoup moins. Que tous les gens à cette table de mon bateau ancré profond naviguer une direction et aller loin. C'est certain. J'ai très très peur mais beaucoup moins.